We got more Palworld stuff to talk about, Jeremy.
Yes.
Because
Pokemon Company responded.
What have I done?
they did indeed.
They responded. And dude, this is getting out of hand. Like, this game has sold 8 million copies. And it's got 2 million concurrent players. It's the #1 game on Game Pass. It's the #1 game on Steam. And now we've got Nintendo finally responding, or the Pokemon Company finally responding. So
but responding in like it's an interesting response. It's not like a super hardcore one, but they have officially acknowledged Palworld's existence. That's kind of really what this is. Despite, putting in a DMCA to take down the mod that got put on there earlier in the week, the Pokemon Company now makes an official statement on Palworld. We intend to investigate. Well, here it is. As if like you didn't know anything about it before, as if you hadn't heard anything about it before. I don't really believe that.
It is Nintendo, man. Nintendo just found out about like high-speed internet 2 years ago, to be fair. You know what I mean?
Here's the translation, because I don't read fucking Japanese. Inquiries regarding other companies' games. They don't even say the name. We've received many inquiries regarding another company's game released in January of 2024. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on IP rights related to the Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon and its world and work to bring the world together through Pokemon in the future. Well, you know what? Pokemon, I would rather kill them and make them slaves and make them do my work and shoot them instead of, using Pokemon to bring people together. That's just me.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Which I think one of the reasons a lot of people want to play Palworld. But yeah, there it is, Jeremy. They officially acknowledge its existence.
But you have heard of me.
Yeah, and this was over on VG 247 the other day, but they had a former attorney. Let's see. So I'm just surprised they got this far. Ex-Pokemon lawyer says Palworld looks like the usual ripoff nonsense. So obviously they've been aware of things like this in the past, but again, this thing's been known for like 2 years. So while it's funny to meme on Nintendo and say that, oh well, they don't know anything, because there's no doubt that they've been aware of this. The reason that they're acknowledging this, and it's a fair reason for sure, the reason that they're acknowledging this is because of this. That's why they're acknowledging it. 8 million sold in 6 days. This is stupid. Now, again, to put that in perspective, it's also available on Game Pass, but it sold 8 million just on Steam. And it's not slowing down. And now with the Pokemon Company acknowledging its existence, now you got to think that number is going to get even bigger. 2 million players online. It's wild. I think that this is only the beginning. So what happens if, say, Pokemon gets involved and they win? Do they pull this out of people's libraries? You're going to give it 8 million refunds? Like, how does that work? You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, you'd probably have to, I suppose.
I know, like, this could be such a complicated situation moving forward. And as you know, Nintendo does not play around. On the surface, though, and I know you're not an attorney, I'm not an attorney. We actually had one on yesterday. What do you think as a Pokemon player? You play the games. You're a big fan of Pokemon, shockingly enough. But do you think that from the naked eye that there's enough confusion here from the average consumer that this could be a problem for Palworld?
I don't think so. And the reason I say that is, as someone who has put, like, clearly it's not Pokemon. Like, to me, when I watch it, like, clearly there's enough differences. There's never been a Pokemon game that looks like this ever. Is there going to be some confusion from people that know nothing about it? Yeah, probably. But you also have, 45-year-old, 50-year-old moms who walk in a GameStop and can't tell the difference between a Nintendo and an Xbox. Do you know what I mean? So there's always going to be some level of confusion from a normie audience, 100%. Now, if it comes that it's like intentional, it obviously is similar when you're catching these things. They're kind of these cutesy fucking little animals, but there's also a lot of other games that are like that too.
Yes.
So to me, I don't think that I don't know what Nintendo or the Pokemon company, whoever's actually going to be able to do, because I think if they could have done something, they would have done it already.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. And the fact that they're not even mentioning their name, maybe it's just to put out some kind of threat out there, but I don't think anything's going to happen. And I think if they do something, it's not like Nintendo's worried about being viewed as the bad guy. They don't really care about that. So I don't think that would necessarily hold them back either, even though I think it would be a bad look.
Yeah.
But if they could do something, I think they would have already.
Yeah, I just don't see it either. And I personally, as a fan of Nintendo, I hope to hell that they can't do anything about this, because ultimately I played Pokemon Legends Arceus, but I very much enjoyed the open world aspect of that game. I really was fun. But I've never been a big time Pokemon player, but we know that the fandom of Pokemon, which is the biggest franchise in entertainment, has kind of been disappointed with Game Freak and how they've kind of, done with these games in the last several iterations. And hopefully all this does is, again, it's Nintendo, it's Game Freak. They have unlimited resources. All you need to do is take a look at this game's success. It's not saying you have to go and put guns in Pokemon moving forward, but you clearly see that the fan base is desiring something different and they want more. And you have so many resources. You could blow this game out of the water with your next iteration if you just take this and run with it and learn from it. But I don't know, man. This thing's crazy though. And again, the game is taken over. It's breaking records. It's shattering every expectation that the developers had in mind, clearly. And I don't know how many developers are. I don't think there's very many people that are involved in this project. I think it's a very small project. I can't remember. This is the new wave of entertainment. Independent media, independent movies, independent video games, independent comics, whatever. That's the new world of the entertainment that we're going to have moving into the future, I believe. So good on them for creating this. Hopefully Nintendo cannot take them down. So we will see. Crazy story so far. And I think it's only going to get worse.